Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the 10-day challenge. Tonight is day one. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest speaker. And this is the kickoff. So this is fun tonight. It's not any heavy content. It's very light. It's very free flowing. If there's questions, let me know. Put them in the chat or just raise your hand. But we have a very special guest in the house. We have an expert in sales and marketing, a two-time author. We have a person who is a man of God and just produced a book based on the book of Matthew, where it talks about ask, seek, and knock. He is also a sustainability and resilience expert. I had to practice those words. And he also is into financial trading. He's a husband. He's also a grandfather. He's got a grandbaby coming up very soon, and a very successful entrepreneur, overall amazing human being. My friend and our guest speaker for the evening is Jose Izquierdo.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for that very warm, wonderful introduction. You honor me with your words. Yes, so excited. I am so grateful because this journey that I've been on to become an entrepreneur has been a long journey, a fun journey. Tasha definitely made it more fun at the end. I got involved with her 5-day challenge a few months ago, and I wasn't expecting to write a book. I really wasn't. I was just joining the challenge because I felt stuck in my own head and I needed to get the information out of my head and on paper so I can get it out and I can start focusing on the things that I needed to focus on. Well, it ended up becoming a book, and it was a book on resiliency, which happens to be what I'm working on. And then she invited me to a 10-day challenge, and I said, you know what? I might as well. Let me see what happens. I wasn't expecting anything to come out of it, and I ended up with a second book. So now I have two books. I am very excited to share, and I even got my first review. I didn't expect it to impact someone so much, but if you're on this call or you're watching the recording, come check out my pay kit. You'll be able to see the review right on the site. And I'll go ahead and put it in the chat so that you guys can have it. I am very, very excited also to share that anybody who's part of this or anybody who's watching this, I'm going to give a special bonus, and I'm going to share that real quick here because I feel like being extra generous today. And here it is. So, anybody who's watching, anybody who's part of this, you want to get the book as a gift, you want to get the book for yourself, it's buy one, get one. So, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see what stories you guys write. And if you need my support, I'm here to help all the way through the process.
Okay, now's the part where you get to ask Jose a question. We have
Oh,
about
yeah.
5 minutes for questions.
Well, I have a question. I just want to know, well, congratulations first, double congratulations. And what are the tips? Um, how do we get this done? Like you say you joined and you weren't expecting it, but now I'm expecting it because you got it done. So help me with what was the biggest thing that helped you get it done so quickly in 10 days?
I think the most important part was the consistency and following the instructions to the T, right? So every time The coach told me, you got to get this done. I made sure that I got it done. I focused on it until I got it done. And if I saw that I was having an issue, I would reach out to coach. She was very responsive. She made sure to answer any questions the moment I sent out a message and said, I'm stuck. I need to know what to do next. But in reality, it was such a fun experience. Within just the course itself, I was already writing. I was already writing. Even if what I was writing wasn't going to be the final part of the book, just I was already writing and writing and writing. And that excitement, that fun, that energy, it poured out into the page, it poured out into the text. And then I was able to feed off that when I was actually writing the manuscript.
Wonderful. Okay.
Great
That sounds
question.
simple.
Great question. He's basically like follow the process. If you get stuck, raise your hand. Raise both hands.
Did you
Call
have
me,
any
text.
challenges when you was in the 10-day? I know what I'm trying to say. Was there any challenges you had when you was in the 10-day challenge?
Yeah, I had some challenges. The challenges I had were not really related to the challenge, curiously enough. The challenges I had was life be lifing. That's the challenges I had.
Oh,
I had challenges because work was being work and taking up time. And I also had challenges because I had certain obligations that I have to attend to. So it was difficult on some days to be able to be 100%, but I made sure that I showed up, took notes, and even if I wasn't able to get everything out of that one session, if I needed to, I would watch the recording the next day.
You know what? That was true, cause that's how I was in a 10-day challenge with me too, between life and school. But I always went back to watch the recording. Cause
hmm
even though I didn't finish the 10-day challenge, I went back to watch the recordings before they went off. And the recordings are very helpful.
Yeah, Jose, it sounds like your mindful dedication to the task just paid off. And regardless of each day and its progress, by having those recordings, you could go back and fill in whatever was still pending. That's great.
Yeah. And so that means that what Latasha is telling us to do is the process, is the system to make it happen. We just have to make sure we do it.
Yeah, the follow through is important. The follow through is important. And really, the process is too simple. And when Latasha breaks it down, it's too simple. It's almost like, why haven't we learned this before? But of
Right.
course, right? They don't want us to be successful. No,
Yep.
no, no. They want us to be workers. And
Yep.
and Zioni knows this firsthand. She's working hard to teach ladies to get out of being a worker and get into being creative. So
Yes.
that's what this is all about. This is like boot camp for creatives.
Yes.
That is so true.
Boot camp for creators. I like that.
It is a boot camp for creators because it will test you. Even though it's simple, I can honestly like because I took the 5-day challenge and the 10-day challenge. Even though it's simple, sometimes our minds want to make it more complicated than it really is. And because she do nonfiction and I do fiction, it's like trying to get what I do into what she do. And then you learn how to like this like last year it finally clicked. Like after every challenge I took, it finally clicked.
Hmm.
And when it clicked, I was like, oh my God, Kanisha, why you made it so hard than it really is?
Yeah.
Because even though hers is simple, what I do is more deeper. But once I put it together in to fit in what I do, it made more sense. It made it a whole. And and Mr. Jose helped me a lot in the 10-day challenge. Like he helped me to stay focused and be consistent. Cause even though life was life in, because how motivated he was and consistent he was, it helped me actually stay more focused.
Hmm.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I think that's what's really good within this challenge because you have people to help you stay accountable and you have people to stay focused. Even though we might not always be a team at the accountability thing, but at the end we are a team. Silence or not.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have a question for Jose. Mr. Jose, how do you manage your time? How do you, what are your success routines? Like, what does your day look like, an average day? Because you do a lot. You wear a lot of different hats and you're in a lot of different trainings and you just opened up something inside of the community. I want you to promote that too. It feels like it to the regular people, it seems like, how does he do all of that? But the way that you manage your time, you're able to do that plus more. I think you got more stuff coming. So talk
Yes,
about
yes,
that
yes.
time management.
One of the most important things that I learned last year was time management and time blocking. If you are planning on doing anything significant, you need to set the time for it and it has to be planned ahead. You cannot wing it. Winging it does not get you to high level success. You must time block, you must schedule your time ahead and plan with space in between. The worst thing you can do is time block and say, okay, this hour I'm doing this, but this hour I'm doing that, and you don't leave any time in between for a break. You need a break.
Mm.
So you time block, you set your breaks, and one thing that's very important is when you do set an appointment, you have to follow through with that appointment all the way to the end, even if it means you're a few minutes late, you apologize, you let them know while it's going on. Don't let them know after. The importance of keeping booked appointments, it's astronomical for what you got going on. And just being transparent and honest. If you can't make it, you can't make it. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, God makes it so you can't make it because he's protecting you from something you can't see. And that's something that I've learned. Sometimes you want to go ahead and you don't understand that there's something lying in wait ahead. So you'll get those roadblocks that you think are roadblocks because they're trying to stop you and they might be trying to save you. So the main key is stay on track, stay focused, keep in communication, have your time blocked, but at the same time, don't be harsh on yourself when things go wrong. You can only control you. So don't feel bad when something occurs and you don't understand it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I've gone through situations I thought it was the worst thing ever, and then it ended up being a blessing. So again, time blocking is super important and also taking care of yourself. That is something coach taught me recently. She said, you got to get the rest you need. You got to have the energy you need. You need to be focused. Sometimes it's better to put certain things on the back burner if they're able to go there and focus on one, two, or three main tasks for the day. You shouldn't overwhelm yourself with five, six, seven, 10 different things. I'm doing multiple things, but they're all time blocked and they're all set up for different days. So I'm not overwhelmed. Right now, I have a trade and travel group. All we do is have fun. We exchange photos of where we want to go and we learn how to trade so we can afford to go there. And then I have another group that's a Bible study group. I'm only going to be doing that once a week, but during that time, we elevate each other spiritually. We work on that relationship with our Heavenly Father, and all we're doing is supporting, growing, and learning from each other so that spiritually we can grow because it's important to grow in all aspects. Financially is great, health wise is wonderful, but spiritually is just as important.
Mhm. That's right.
Amen. So Saturday nights, it's at 5, it's, oh yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern for everybody that's on the East Coast, 5 p.m. We actually meet every day, but Saturdays specifically is for Bible study, and that is led by Coach Jose. I'm just gonna call you Coach Jose. Coach Jose is the Bible study teacher, and trade and travel is also available inside of our network. For those of you that are watching this on the replay, we have a whole network on WhatsApp because we are global, we're international now. We've got people all over the world to join us. So we meet on WhatsApp every day at 5, and we talk about all things books, sales, marketing, whatever questions come up. Those are the questions that we answer. There's no recording for those meetings, there's no agenda. It's just whatever you feel like you need support with. You have accountability people in there to help you. We're all fellow authors, so we've been down this road before, so we know what lies ahead for you. And then if you need coaching, I do laser focused coaching. And if you need a private coaching session and you're in the network, then we can schedule a different time for a private coaching session. Right now, well, let me tell you really quickly. We started this network back in December. And for the whole year, I decided to charge $1 for the whole year of networking. And that was what we started with. And on January 1st, we had like 2 or 3 people. And then January 2nd, I increased it to $2. We had like 3 or 4 people. Now we're up to, I think we have like 14 people. And as of today, February 1st, I'm going to leave the membership to $50 for the whole year because I'll be 50 years old on February 7th. My birthday celebration. The value of the group is in the thousands, y'all, because I don't know any networking groups on the planet that meet every day. I don't know any accountability groups that meet every day. And if you know Coach LT, I'm doing stuff that's different from everybody else. So God told me meet every day because too many people are just slipping through the cracks. We brush our teeth every day, take a shower every day. We got to be accountable every day to our goal. And what's happening in here, we need support in real time because there's so much that's happening up here. And when you come into a group, you come into a space like this, there are people that can help you unblock the blocks because we have all these blocks. And so, in order to catch that as a coach, it's important for me to be available so that if there's just one thing that needs to be said, boom, that person can just turn around right just like that. Sometimes you don't feel good, and then you go into a meeting and people say something and it just lifts you up, and you're like, oh, I'm glad I went to that meeting. So this is why we meet every day at 5 Eastern. We are called the Global Author Network on WhatsApp. So go over to WhatsApp, find us, you come in there one time for free, look around, see what's going on. If you want to stay, it's just $50 for the entire year. So that's our commercial for that. Underneath our Global Author Network is the Trade and Travel Group and also the Bible Study. Did we name the Bible Study Group something different? What did we call it? People that are in there. Or did we just keep that under the general umbrella?
I think we called it under the general umbrella,
Okay,
but
perfect.
we're here to make it right. So whatever it is, you know, we will decide. But for now, it's just the Bible study group.
Okay, perfect. And then it says global. I think we put global, business, spiritual, something like that. I think we called it something spiritual, but we'll make an announcement too.
Yeah, I'll actually check real quick just to make sure.
Okay, okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually stop this recording and I'm going to start the classroom instruction part because now we are done with our Q&A and our guest speaker is released for the 18th. And what's the verdict on that?
It's building a godly business.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's perfect. So that'll be for Saturday nights. I love it. I love it. We're doing good. It's only been 1 month of 2026, and we're already doing things that we didn't think we would do just because we're here to support each other. I have an announcement. I'm officially in Puerto Rico. I live in that was my dream last year. I wanted to. Now I do. If you can work from anywhere, why not work from paradise?
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. Super excited. This is
That is so
my
awesome.
second week.
So awesome.
Thank you.
Dreams coming true.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yes,
Dreams coming true. God, I
absolutely.
always put us in the right position at the right time.
Amen. All right, so let me stop this recording.